surround myself with people that are better than me at something, then it's going to heighten my abilities, right? It's going to take me up a notch. My grandfather used to tell me, if you are the smartest one in the room, find a new room.
All right. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
You know what? We froze there with the video. I don't know what the heck happened, but here we are. We are live now. Miss Unique Wright, thank you so much for being on our podcast. I apologize for the freeze frame. I don't know what happened there, but look, here we are, raw, live. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. So how's it going?
Oh, it's going so good. And look, I know we were getting a chance to kind of catch up and speak before trying to go live here. And look, it's always great to connect with awesome people that have an invested interest in providing value back to the world that we live in both business and performance. But a lot of people don't know who you are. So if you could, kindly just let us know, who are you present day? What do you do right now? And then, take us on to the future as well.
So my name is Unique Wright, and I am your DIY business coach. I specialize in marketing, helping small businesses grow their brand to elevate or to expand their business, grow their business. So I offer different tools, marketing tools, different softwares to help you and show you how to market your business better.
Got it. So when you're talking about small businesses, are you talking, what size, is it just starters, entrepreneurs just starting off in the world of entrepreneurship? Is it, mid-sized businesses? Because I see you work with a little bit of both at times, right?
Yes. So I do from small businesses, startups. I can help you start your business from the ground up, or I can help you manage your business if you already are established and or have maybe, I try to stay under 50 employees with my clients. Most of them have under 50. So that's my kind of niche with the people. If you're willing, if you need help marketing and want to actually really focus on and hone on to getting that information about marketing, that is who I am. That is what I teach you. Along with a little bit of mentality and self-motivation as well. So it's like I try to make sure that you're built up to be that person that you really want to be.
Well, and I think with marketing, people kind of have a misconception sometimes of what marketing is, and really how to do marketing effectively and efficiently in the world that we live in today. I guess, when you're talking about marketing, let's give a range maybe of your expertise. Is it just social media? Is it paid ads? Is it marketing pieces in direct, communication with business to consumer or business to business? How does that work?
Well, so I start most people off. Most of my clients are online. Some of them are brick and mortar, but most of them are online clients. And I start them off with my 12. I have 12 fundamentals that I start my clients off with. So that would include one second. because I don't remember all 12 of them at one time. Content management, web optimization, email marketing, search engine, advertising, social media, metrics and KPIs, price increases, compelling offers, how to do a one-time offer and cross sales, downselling, list building, digital cost and cost increase, how to play with your money, and marketing dominatrix, compelling offers. So those are the 12, and increasing your pricing. So those are the 12 matrix that I work with to build your businesses. Now, do you have to do all 12? No, but those are the 12 that most people in the digital world need help with.
Yeah, exactly. And that pretty much covers, I mean, if somebody had no clue in the aspect of business to where, because a lot of business owners, when they're starting off, they have a unique product or a unique service, right? Or they have something that is like theirs and they know more about it than any other person.
Right.
But then they maybe not know so much of anything else. I've dealt with that in my own business. It's like, holy smoke, I don't know where I'm at here. And you kind of feel like, it's a little bit out of control. I guess, for you right now, where do you see the future of this going in a marketing capacity, in a marketing agency? Do you feel as though that your business is going to grow to where, you have more things that you're doing than just marketing? Because I kind of see that.
Well, I mean, I love coaching. I love doing speaking engagements. I'm an author. I wrote a book called By Pookie. It's a self-motivational book. I have planners. That I have out. I have a small one. These are quarterly that you can get quarterly. So I have a lot of stuff in play. Also with my podcast as well. My goal for right now is to get as much information out to help as many people as I possibly can. Now, the dynamic of it is that when you're building your business, when you're becoming a business owner, it is a lifestyle that you have to have. You have to be, you have to kind of live it. You have to really live it. I wear my, like you wear your Provoke Coke shirts. I wear my different I am unique Wright shirts, and I'm genuine, I am money. And those are just affirmations that I put out there in the universe. And when you wear it and you feel it and you know it, that is pretty much what I do. So it's that where I just want, the goal is to help people realize how to live their dream life, regardless to what it takes. That is my ultimate why. I love helping people. I want to help people grow, be successful. And that is just that's how I do. What do you have to do to be that person that you really want to be?
Yeah. And I think that, I started following you. God, it's been over a year that we've been connected. I know that for sure. You had me on your podcast, earlier and we've connected, over time. But something that I just love about you is that you're like fundamentally consistent, where you're repetitive. And I learned that from you, you and as well as other people that are ultra successful, but the ultimate goal here is that you keep it up. Like every day you're coming, like every week, Wednesday at 9:00.
Yeah.
I know I could tune in and you're there.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a second, because that's a powerful message, not only as an individual, but also as a business owner as well.
Yeah. So like, I was on a podcast yesterday. I'm starting to do more of other people who have podcasts that I have brought onto mine, or vice versa. The two things that I tell people that I have learned over the last 5 years, only newly learned this, is consistency and confidence.
Yeah.
Is all you need to be a millionaire. You don't have to have the best product. You don't have to know what you're talking about. You don't have to know any of that. Just have that consistency, and whatever you decide to talk about, have the confidence to talk to people about it. And even if you're pretending, act like you know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, it would behoove you to do some research. So if somebody does test you, you're not sounding like you're an idiot. But at the end of the day, if there's an idiot listening to you, he's going to follow you because you're saying you're projecting it, you're saying it with power, you're saying it like you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So that is one of the things that I have learned over the years is that, man, walk in that room, own it, have that confidence in it, make you live. If I'm the DIY business coach, yes. Can I do this? Yes, you can. Yes. Let's do this. What do you need? What do you need help with? And again, no Fortune 500 company has ever been one person. So you don't have to know everything. You just have to have the ability to hire or the wisdom to hire somebody else who does know it. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't have to know about everything.
It's amazing that you say that. And I'm going to stay here for a second because people need to maybe hear, what you're talking about and why you're talking about this, because you don't need to know everything. And and a lot of times you don't even need to have a plan. Like I think people overcomplicate things, have too much of a plan. Like, and look, I'll be the first one to tell you, I've done it a million times. I've laid out this extravagant, like this plan to where you'd be like, oh my gosh, you should sell that plan. That would be, you could make money selling that plan because it's so good. But then the follow through, is something maybe different. Here's what happened. What's important, right, is the results and actually following through with that. Let's talk about that for a second. Why do people get like that? Why do people think that everything has to be perfect before pulling the trigger, instead of just doing it? Because you're an advocate of just pulling the trigger and moving on from there, right?
Right. Well, the thing is that you get into your head.
Yeah.
And you get into your people that are around you. Yeah. And there's always going to be somebody that says, oh, that's not good enough. That's not perfect. Da-da-da-da-da. And I call those my pookies. You know what I mean? And those are the people who you have to remove out of your mental head. And your pookie can be you. You can be that person that you do it to yourself. Right. I went through a phase that I was like, I want to do this. This is not perfect. Da 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 da. I'm the worst with spelling and grammar. If you follow my page, I mean, I don't mind you correcting me, but I already know that it's they're going to be misspelled. The I and there is going to be wrong. I'm miss an R and your. My thing is, I took the time, I took the balls to put it out there. Now, if I got to take it down and repost it, okay, fine, whatever.
Sure, but you got to clean it up, whatever. You learn, though, right?
Right, I learned. And now that I'll put it out right or don't care, whichever I feel that way.
Let me ask you a question about this, because this is something that's important. Because when I started my business and when I really started posting and writing copy, right, and really kind of trying to tell a story and do all this kind of stuff, I was not a good student. I could barely read. I could still barely spell. Thank God for spell check. Thank God that phone corrects you and does all this. I mean, I would be a mess. Plus, I got fat fingers. So, I mean, I could be doing something and it would totally come out totally different. Do you find yourself actually improving in parts of your life that you would have never thought? Like, I find myself that I'm becoming a better speller. I find myself that I have to run a business. I'm becoming a lot better in math, okay, and statistics, especially things that I never studied in school. I'm reading a hell of a lot more than I ever have in my entire life. So I know my brain power is getting better. Do you find that with running your business and teaching the people to do the things that you do?
Yes. And the thing is that everything that you teach, you're learning and absorbing into your business, and that's how you learn. You actually get better at being a business owner by teaching. So the more I'm out here teaching and preaching and telling people, sometimes I do these messages to tell myself, you know, I have to sit here and be like, yo, you need to get to work. You need to be consistent. You need to stay focused. But it's not, and I'm saying it to you per se, but I'm talking to me, you know, and those are the trials and tribulations. I am not perfect by any means. I don't want to be perfect by any means. I have flaws. It is okay. You know what I mean? And that's that confidence again that comes into that. Me, I could have been like, oh my gosh, we're doing this video and I got this big zit on my face. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got it. Oh, I cleaned up a little bit because I was like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be video. So let me spruce up a little. But at the end of the day, I'm coming on here who I am. It took me how long? A good 3 minutes. I was like, give me 5 minutes. Let me clean up a little bit because I've been sitting in front of my computer all day. But that is the thing about it, is that you have to come on here. You have to be yourself, because your clients really may like your information and may like what you're saying and everything else. But at the end of the day, they're buying you.
Yeah.
They like you. They like dealing with you. They like, because you say this, you say it like this, da 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 da. So those are the reasons why people really, I think you build, I call it your tribe, your cult, whatever you want to call it, your ministry, however you want to put it out there, from whomever you are and where you are in your life, is those are the people that you need. I just need 1,000 of them. I just need 1,000 of those people right now that's going to pay me. When I get my 1,000, I'll reevaluate that, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I guess let's talk about that as well. Like, you know, for you, where did that come from? I mean, have you always been this way? Did you do other things leading up to this that made you decide to get into coaching and really helping people with their business? Let's talk about the past a little bit.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. I'm online with the Provoke coach. Follow him on Instagram. I'm live too. So who was I talking to? So with that being said, yes, I started off with graphic design, web design, and stuff like that. I can do logos, graphics, and everything. So I started off in that realm. That realm died off. I mean, originally I started off being a nail tech. That doesn't count. But I started off doing graphic design, web design. The reasons why I read into marketing or went into business coaching per se is most people don't even understand the dynamic of building a website.
Yeah. I'm
not even talking about the design side of it. That's easy. I want these colors, I want it like this. But everybody gets stuck on that design, but nobody understands what the functionality of your website or your marketing material needs to be. What is it saying? What story is it telling? Who are you trying to approach? Why are you approaching them? What do you want from them? Like, these are all questions that you have to ask for building your business. And over the years, doing all the businesses that I've been in, being, like I said, being a nail tech, being in the beauty industry, working as a graphic designer in the beauty industry, I've learned that people don't really, they can go to Fiverr, they can go to Upworks, they can find a graphic designer. That's great. But if you don't know how to put your message on that flyer, your flyer means nothing.
Right.
And that is one thing that I have learned over the years, is that the words on that flyer, you could have too many or too less, or it doesn't even say nothing, and nobody will look at it.
Right.
And nobody will care about what it says, period. So having that unique selling position in your business, having that marketing dominating position, having that compelling offer to get people to actually purchase your product. These are the things that you need. So
what is it? So let me ask you this. So what is it about messaging that, it is telling a story. It is good copy. It is taking somebody down the pathway essentially of business. Let's talk about that for a second, because like what you said, you were doing the design work. So you were doing the creative, you were doing the colors, the fonts, the pictures, the this, the that, and the display was what it was needed. But like you just said, companies were not giving the right message, and they were not hooking that person into the business. Let's talk about that for a second. How do people get that wrong?
Well, I have a video out there. Everything that you're doing in marketing is wrong. I'll continue to link to that. Maybe you already have in that email blast. But with all of that being said, is you have to engage your customers. You kind of have to like wake them up, then engage them, then educate them, then you can sell.
Yeah.
So most people is interrupt, engage, educate, and then sell.
Yeah.
Or compel. So with that being said, if you're not giving a message on your social media or on your email blast, it's like, whoa, what is she talking about? Whoa, what is he talking about? Like, right. Then nobody's even going to look at your message. It's not even going to be something that stops them. And if you can't stop them from that scroll or stop them from doing whatever it is, then your message is not being seen, period. And it took a while for me to learn that part. I mean, and that's what sometimes you have to say stuff that's crazy but factual. Like I have 100K in 90 days.
Yep.
So, and people are like, how do you make 100K in 90 days? If I've never made 100K, it is possible for you to make 100K in 90 days. And if you follow each one of these steps and implement each one of the things, if you put all 12 of those points that I put in action, you can make that money.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really cost you a whole lot of money to do it, but you can make that money. But the problem is making sure each one of those 12 components have to be aligned properly and have to be making sure that message is compelling. Once they see that compelling message, or once they see you interrupted them, now you got them to that video to educate them about what they're doing, then you send them hey, sign up for my free ebook. Now you have their email, or you send them to that funnel page. Like it's a whole sales process. Then they watch the video again. They may not follow that set. They may not buy that day. They may not. Some will, some won't. But if they don't, you're sending out email blasts. You're telling them, you're giving them some more information. Yeah. Then you are, after you give them more information, you're offering them something else again. Like, hey, do you need a free consultation? So that is it takes a person at least 5 to 6 times to see you before they actually buy from you. They have to build that trust, and you have to build that trust.
Or before they even engage, right? I think that's the biggest thing.
Even engaging, yes.
Because a lot of people don't understand that, I guess, it's not always about the sale. It's about your message actually getting into somebody's head.
Yes.
In a lot of cases, and many people, they don't understand that. Well, I guess for you, where did this, kind of come from? I mean, have you always had an entrepreneurial, type background with your family? Were you just raised to be a business owner, or, talk to us about that a little bit.
Well, starting from the beginning, my grandfather was a brick mason. My grandmother was a nurse assistant. So both of my grandparents worked for themselves.
Yeah.
So kind of sort of the same mentality. My mom worked for herself as well when I was younger. Then she got a job at the end of the day. But the thing is that I was at the age of like 10 and 15, every Saturday and Sunday, I would go out to I think it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll go out to the flea market in Charleston, South Carolina, the Low Country flea market. I buy me a table. They're only $10 for outside, $20 to be inside. So it depends on how much money I've made that week in allowance or whatever. I buy me a table outside or inside. I put a little tablecloth up. I make hair bows, I make beads, I make bracelets. I would have, my uncle had a t-shirt print company and he would send me the shirts that he misprinted. I sell those for $1. So
Nice.
ever since I was young, I was selling. When I got to school in high school, I went to like a trade school. We had graphic design there. And my hustle there was selling you business cards. And you know, that was in the early 90s. So why write your number down on a napkin when you could give them a card? That was my little motto back then. It was you just, and they were simple little business cards. We had a little print shop. We print them.
But it's huge, you know, just that mentality of the grinding it out, right? And actually putting your information in somebody else's hands. That type of business, you know, it's kind of a lost art a little bit. I mean, would you agree? But I mean, you've now been able to digitize that a little bit with, you know, obviously direct mail piece, or I'm sorry, you know, email pieces, drip campaigns and stuff along those lines. Like, you know, I guess for you, what is, you know, your biggest piece of advice for, you know, for business owners, small business owners that are looking to really increase their business or really, you know, take the helm a little bit?
Like I said, my two fundamentals: stay consistent and stay confident.
Yeah.
That is going to be my running for, I'm going to get me a shirt. Stay consistent. I am consistent and I am confident, because those are the things, like I said, those are the two things that will keep you moving, and have a good why. Like, don't do this for money. I mean, yes, we need money to live. Yes, we need money. Money will come. Money comes easily and freely, as I say. But the goal of it is, the mentality of it is that you have to be consistent. It's not gonna. It's like going on a road trip. Say we're gonna go on a road trip to. I'm in Georgia. Let's say we're gonna go to California.
Yeah.
The only way you're gonna get to California is you keep driving, right? Or you keep going. Now, there's gonna be a roadblock. They're gonna do construction. There's going to be a bump in the road. You might get a flat tire. You know, somebody might get sick in the car if you got other people with you. But you might have to take a rest break. But these are all parts of being a business owner and being in business. You're going to have your trials. You're going to have your tribulations. You're going to have your ups. You're going to have your downs. But don't allow nothing or anybody to stop you from doing it. Be consistent with it 120%. And if you do that, if you just do that and stay focused, then people will start believing you. People will start trusting you. People will start understanding you. These millionaires, these Insta famous people did not become Insta famous overnight. I don't care what nobody says. They started out with 1 follower like you did. Now, once you have 1,000 followers, it's easy to recreate another page to get another 1,000. Or 100,000 million followers. Yes, it is. It's very easy. Once you have it, once you have millions of dollars, it's easier to make more millions of dollars. But you have to take that ride. You just got to get in that car, put some gas in it, check your tires, make sure you have the basics, your oil, and check all of that. Make sure you have the basics that you need to run your business, and start driving. And
go. Yeah, that's so powerful, because I think, you know, people do overanalyze, people do overthink, and they try to wait for everything to be perfect. And, you know, you and I both know that's just not the case.
It's never going to work. You like having a baby at the right time. That's never a right time to have.
Right, exactly. It's always going to be a surprise. It's always going to be more money than what you thought. It's always going to be more work than what you thought, but it depends on how bad you want it, right? Like, I think that's what it boils down to, is like, okay, you already know it's going to suck. You know, it's you know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, you know, you open up the envelope and it's like, all right, this is going to suck real bad for the next 5 years. But after that, it gets 10 times better. Like, how many people would be like, you know what, screw it. I'm down and dirty for the next 5 years. You know, like, most people ain't going to jump on that.
And then you have to be willing to dumb your lifestyle down. If you've had a job, I moved into a 1-bedroom studio with my daughter when I got real serious about this. Like I went all the way to the bottom, like threw half of my stuff away. So I mean, you just start all over. It is okay. Yeah, it's okay, and nobody will start all over, rebuild, reestablish, dumb it down, do what you got to do. You know, don't buy the name brand stuff for a year or 2 or 3 or 4. Don't go traveling for a year, 2, 3, or 4. Sit down, sit in front of the computer, and do the work to get the desired results.
Yeah. I mean, and that's really what it boils down to. I mean, it is really that simple. It's got to be follow through, though. 100%. Well, where can people find you? I mean, where's the easiest place? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook, LinkedIn? Where are you at most?
I am everywhere. You can find me at I Am Unique Wright on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Well, YouTube, just Google I Am Unique Wright and that'll come up. My website for my marketing is I Am Unique Wright Marketing. So, I'm sorry, I Am Unique Marketing. I Am Unique Marketing. And it's marketing. It's uniquemarketing.com. It's uniquewright.com. It's uniquewright.com. I'm sorry. I'm fumbling over my own name today.
No worries. Well, listen, they'll definitely be able to find you. I know I've tagged you all over social media already. We'll definitely do it again. I'm going to have you hang around for a minute here in the studio. We'll let everybody else go. Wow. If you like this, if you really got something from this, share it, leave a review, leave a like, follow Unique. She is unique. You're going to love it. I've been following her for a year. I've picked up all sorts of information for me to run my company better. And, look, we like to rub shoulders with great people. 2 heads are always better than 1. Thank you so much for coming in as our guest to the Provoke Coach podcast. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I'll have it shared on my page as well.